Welcome back, folks, for a new episode of Leaked. Now today we'll discuss the individual missions for the 9.5 patch. Now these missions are the only way you can get your hands on the Stug IV, the T28 Concept, the T55A, or the Object 260. And none of these tanks will be sold in the gift shop whatsoever, so these missions are kind of important. But you could get the Panther 88mm L71 from the gift shop, or the M56 Scorpion. Alright, you could get the T95 E2 or E1, one of the which, from the recruitment program. And in order to get this tank, you have to have your recruiters or recruitees reach a tier 10 vehicle. And once they have a tier 10, you'll get this tank for free. Alright, pretty cool. You will get the Panzer II off Stug for New Year's. Alright, this is a free gift. And I know there's a special mission base or monthly mission base for the European server, and they will get the T3485 as a reward. So here it is. But I do not know if the American server or the Asian/Russian server are getting it, so keep your hopes up. But I know that the EU server is getting the T3485. Alright. Also, there are mentioning of the Gross Tractor being one of the mission base reward tank for the month of December. So alright, this is a tier 3 German light or medium, and it has crappy armor, so it's a Gross Tractor. Oh jeez. Also, there's a mentioning of a game files or leaked event files within the game called the Aggregate Tractor. Basically, this is I don't have a picture for it, but it is a 88mm gun mounted on top of a normal tractor, like a farm equipment. So I think it's a troll, but I'll see where it goes. So they put a 88mm gun on top of a normal farm equipment and call it a tank destroyer or something. So it's like a poor man's version of the Scorpion. But alright. And finally, we have the Clans War rewards, which is basically the Object 907, which recently got buffed, the VK7201K, and the M60 patent. And about 50% of the people choose the object, obviously, because it got buffed ridiculously. You guys better penetration now, way better DPM, and keeps the armor and the mobility, so why not? But here are the details about the individual missions. So alright, basically you have 4 vehicles to get, which is the Stug IV, the T28 Concept, the T55A, and the Object 260. So alright, you can only obtain these tanks in order, so you have to get the tanks before it in order to get the tanks after it. So what that means is you have to get the Stug IV before you can get the T28 Concept. So nobody can skip directly to the Object 260. So you have to get all the tanks before it, before getting it, obviously. So that's gonna be sucky, I guess. Now, in order to get the Object 260, you have to grind through all the missions before it. So there's a lot of missions, and you have to get the T55A or the T28 Concept, and as well as the Stug IV. So yeah, that's gonna be rough. So you have to do all the missions beforehand. That's gonna be rough. Now, time limit, you have 6 months. It's not really a time, well, it is a time limit, but they didn't say like a time limit. So you have a season 1, and season 1 is 6 months. So you have 6 months to do all the missions to get the tanks if you want, but it's a pretty decent amount of time. That's half a year. So alright, it's not really individual missions like it is in the title, because missions are all the same. You don't have different missions for different people. So alright, but it's like you choose which missions you want to do, so I guess it's like individual missions, but whatever. So basically all the missions pertain to different classes within the world of tanks. So you have to play light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, as well as artillery. So yes, you have to play scumbags. I play scumbags, whatever, I guess. There's 75 missions total, so that's a lot of missions, and 15 missions for each class, so each category of tanks, and you need to complete 60 of them to receive a reward. So that's gonna suck. Now what that means is you have to complete 60 missions, light went out, in order to receive a 1 tank. So I have to do 60 missions times 4, because 4 categories out of 5 for the Object 260. That's 240 missions. That's a lot. That's a lot of missions. But alright, there will be compensations for doing each missions, obviously, like credits or consumables, XP, etc. So you get rewards, small rewards to keep you going, like premium time or something like that. But alright, so it's not just you have to do these steps and you get nothing for it. So alright, but the missions do get harder for each tank, so it gets way harder for the T58 as well as the Object 260, obviously. So alright, and here are the specific missions example. So basically, if you're playing a medium tank, and in order to get the Stug IV, for the first mission you have to deal damage while winning and be in the top 10 EXP earned. So that's pretty easy, right? Really easy. And for the 10th mission, you have to shoot 6 rounds that deal damage. Alright, pretty easy. And for the last mission, in the medium tank category, you have to destroy 2 enemy tank destroyers. Pretty easy. But remember, you have to do 4 categories out of 5 categories in order to get the Stug IV. So this is only medium tank. This is only one category. You have to do the one for the light tank, you have to do the one for the heavy tank, you have to do the one for the tank destroyer or the artillery, and complete 4 out of the 5 classes, you get a Stug IV. So yeah, that's 60 missions for one tank. That's still pretty goddamn a lot. Now it goes harder obviously for the next tank, so everything repeats again but with more difficulty. So in order to get the T28 Concept, you have to win and deal damage again, but in the top 5 now. So yeah, you see where this is going, right? You have to deal 9 rounds that deals damage, or shoot 9 rounds that deal damage for the 10th mission within the line. And for the last one, destroy 3 enemy TDs. So you see where the mission is going harder and harder. Now, yeah, you can see that. For the Object 260 though, you have to win and deal damage and be the first in XP earned for the first mission for medium tanks. That's kind of hardish, I guess. So it's doable, but it's kind of hard. For the 10th mission, you have to shoot 15 rounds that deal damage. Alright, if you're playing like a tier 6 medium tank, that's pretty easy, I guess. For the 15th mission, you have to destroy 3 higher tier enemy tank destroyers. So yeah, you can see where the missions are going. So it gets harder and harder, but you have to do 240 missions to get all the tanks, or to get the Object 260. So that's rough. That is rough. And here are the final objectives for the different classes in the game. So basically for medium tanks, you have to destroy 3 higher tier tank destroyers. For light tanks, you have to deal 6,000 spotting damage. For heavy tanks, you have to accumulate 14,000 damage dealt plus blocked by armor, so these two numbers are added up to 14,000. For tank destroyers, you have to deal 8,000 damage. And for artillery, you have to be first in XP earned and damage dealt for the battle. So this is going to be rough, but alright. So here are my opinion on these missions. So for medium tanks, it's kind of easy if you know how to kill steal. So you have to have a very high penetrating or high damaging gun, and you have to kill steal higher tier tank destroyers. So I was thinking about using the Matilda, because the Matilda is considered as a medium, but yeah, it's gonna be rough. So you could do this at low tier because there's no specific damage requirement. So try to do this at low tier. Try to, like tier 6 or tier 5. Light tank, you need to play a higher tier light tank, like tier 7 at least, or tier 8 on Prokhorovka, and you have to spot like tier 10s and have your teammates shoot at them, pretty much. But still kind of easy, but it depends on your luck with the map selection as well as the matchmaking. So still kind of easy, but you need campers on both sides. Alright, for heavy tank, yeah, just no. 14,000. Alright, unless you're playing a mouse on Himmelsdorf with a bunch of tier 8s and on the other team, and all your team are dead, and you're holding your own cap, That's pretty much how you're gonna get 14,000 damage together, dealt plus blocked by armor. But yeah, no, just no. That's gonna be rough. Even if you do 4,000 damage with your heavy tank, you have to block 10,000 damage with your armor. I mean, if somebody shoots you 1 or 2 hits, you can block like 500 damage or so. You're not gonna block 10,000 damage, alright? Nobody's that stupid enough to constantly keep hitting you at the same spot where your armor just keep bouncing shells, unless they're really stupid. So yeah, just know. Tank destroyers, you have to be really lucky. I have a very good game on Redshire, so that's the only game I have. So this is my most damaging game I played, which is 8,800, but it's gonna be rough to get 8,000 damage. Now if you play something higher tier like a Yak Panzer U100 or the FE 215B183, yeah, you could get up to that high of a damage, but you have to be constantly shooting your gun, and that gun doesn't reload as fast, so you have to constantly shoot for 4 minutes, and each shell hits the target, penetrate, and deals 1,000 damage. You have to do this 8 times. It's doable. It's gonna be rough. So alright, but you need a high tier tank destroyer. And for artillery, you need to be really lucky on Prokhorovka with 2 camping teams, and both are bad, and you need to have a very good spotter. That's pretty much it. So basically, if you aim for Gore's medal, the medal where you deal 10 times your HP, that's kind of the way you have to get this objective reached. So yeah, you need to be really lucky that both teams are terrible and camping. So you need all the time in the world to load your gun, aim your gun, actually penetrate with your HE shells. So it's doable, but alright. But on a scale from easiest to the hardest, I would say the easiest will probably be medium tank, then light tank, then tank destroyer, then artillery, and lastly heavy tank. Heavy tank is pretty goddamn awful. But thank you guys for watching this video. I have to keep the video short. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment below on what you think about these individual missions. But these stats or these data are directly came from Wargaming themselves, so I should not get a copyright strike for it, but whatever. So leave a comment below on what you think about these individual mission stat requirements, but still rough for the Object 260. But thank you guys for watching this video. Rate this video if you can. That always help me out a lot. Subscribe to my channel for more leak info. But as a final word regarding to these individual missions, don't focus on the Object 260. All right, it's the final reward. You don't have to get it. All right, you can aim for the T58, which is a very good German medium tank. You can play it like a Russian because it is Russian. So aim for the T58. Or aim for something smaller like the T28 Concept. I mean, you can stomp noobs with a T28 Concept because it has an ungodly amount of frontal armor. So, alright. But thank you guys for watching this video, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.